and welcome to your video guide to professional bartending. I'm Brett Rose, and I'll be your guide into the rules and recipes behind the bar. This video, combined with your recipe handbook, will teach you all the tools, the techniques, and the majority of the recipes you'll need to know to get you started on the road to professional bartending. Now, I can't emphasize enough memorization of the recipes in your handbook. Go over it and over it again until you memorize them. Watch this video over and over again until you memorize all the tools and techniques, and then you'll be ready to go look for employment. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is glassware and the equipment that you'll need to get started behind the bar. Okay, so let's get into that segment now, all right? Okay, now we're going to introduce you to all the glassware you'll see behind the bar. First off is the shot glass, used for straight shots, such as a shot of tequila, a shot of bourbon, or a shot of schnapps. Next, we have the rocks glass, used for drinks like a bourbon on the rocks, a martini on the rocks, or maybe an old-fashioned. All right, that's the rocks glass. Next is the bucket glass. Customers, when ordering, will ask you to use a bucket glass for their drinks, like possibly a margarita on the rocks or a screwdriver in a bucket glass. All right, that's the bucket glass. Next, we have the Collins glass, or tall. This glass is used for possibly a Harvey Wallbanger, a vodka Collins, or your customer might just request their drink served tall. You'd use this glass. All right, it's a tall glass. Next is the martini, or up glass, used for a martini up, a Rob Roy up, or any drink chilled and strained up. You'd use this glass. Next, we have the foo-foo glass, or daiquiri glass, used for blends like a toasted almond, a chi-chi, or a frozen banana daiquiri. That's a daiquiri or a foo-foo glass. Next is the margarita glass. Margarita glass is used, obviously, for a margarita, be they strawberry, peach, banana, or plain lime margarita. Next is your cordial glass. This glass is used for drinks like a peach schnapps or a blackberry brandy. It's an aperitif glass, also used for ports and sherries. All right? That's your cordial glass. Next, we have the fluted champagne glass, used for a mimosa, or a champagne cocktail, or just a glass of champagne. All right? Fluted champagne glass. Next, we have the red wine glass. The red wine glass is a little wider mouthed, so the red wine is allowed to breathe. All right? That's your red wine glass, compared to the white wine glass. Notice how the white wine glass is a tiny bit more narrow. All right, a red wine glass and your white wine glass. Next is your brandy snifter. The brandy snifter is used for a heated brandy or possibly another heated drink of sorts. Okay, that's the brandy snifter. Next, also for a hot drink, is your Irish coffee, or your hot drink coffee cup. Used for an Irish coffee, Bailey's and coffee, or a snuggler. All right, that's your hot drink glass. Next, we all know this one. That's your beer mug. Beer mug used for an ice cold beer. Okay, now we know all the glassware. All right, let's bring it back here behind the bar. and we're going to introduce you to the bartender's station. Now this is where all the cocktails are prepared. So we'll show you all the tools and equipment that you're going to need to prepare all the cocktails, okay? We're going to start over here. Your pour mat is where all your cocktails will be prepared. Now a lot of establishments have rubber pour mats. Here it's a metal screen, so if there's any overpour or spillage, it'll just go right down into the screen and then you clean it out later. Here's our cocktail strainer and our shaker cup and pint glass. And then let's move right down here to our fruit. We have fruit for our daiquiris and margaritas. We have pineapples, peaches, strawberries, and fresh bananas. Over here is simple syrup and grenadine. These are a couple of non-alcoholic cocktail mixes that you use very often behind the bar. And here is our soda gun. The soda gun dispenses cola, ginger ale, Collins mix. Q is for quinine or tonic water. I is an extra button. Root beer is on I here. 7-Up, water, and soda water, okay? And that's your soda gun. Just underneath the soda gun is our whipping cream, our Stoli vodka, Absolute vodka, and peppermint schnapps. Now these are liquors that need to be kept stored cold and that you use often, so you keep them right here on the side of your well. Here's our ice bin and our ice scoop. And right next to our ice here on the other side is half and half, sweet and sour, a storm pour, juice pour. It's got orange juice in it. You'll see juice pours like this in many bars. And our Bloody Mary mix. Now here in this establishment, there's a juice gun. Now this is your juice gun. Not all establishments are going to have these juice guns. But if you do come across one, you'll want to know what they dispense. Here, L is for lemonade. P is for pineapple juice. There's water. C is for cranberry juice. G is for grapefruit juice. O is for orange juice. S is for sweet and sour. And PC is for pina colada mix. Okay? That's your juice gun. And that's stored in a little holster right here, as is the soda gun behind me. Up here is the garnish tray. In the garnish tray you'll find lime wedges, maraschino cherries, cocktail onions for Gibson, cocktail olives for your martinis, lemon wedges or lemon squeezes, and then lemon twists on the lemon. So you just pull them right off the lemon like that, and you give them a little twist, and all the oil comes out of the lemon rind. Next to the garnish tray, we have our matches, our straws, our swizzle sticks, and toothpicks. Here's our margarita salter. And down below here, we have our blenders. Just next to the blenders is our speed rack. In your speed rack, you'll find the main liquors that you're going to be using to make cocktails. First off is your bourbon, then your vodka, then your scotch, then your gin, then your rum, then your tequila, then your brandy. And those are the 7 main liquors you're going to find in your speed rack. They are all premium, you'll find. And also in your speed rack, you'll find very probably Kahlua. It's a coffee liqueur used in many cocktails. mixed nicely with vodka and brandy. You'll find triple sec. You'll find gimlet mix, which is just lime-flavored non-alcoholic mix. And you'll find your sweet vermouth and your dry vermouth. Now behind the well is the back bar. In the back bar we have the hot coffee and the hot water, so you can make your hot coffee and hot drinks. Right above are some glassware. And right over here we have some premium liquor and liqueurs. This is where all your premium liquor will be stored in the back bar. Down here's your cash register. And over here we have glassware. Right next to the glassware, more premium liquor and liqueurs. And then right down below all the glassware are the refrigerated reach-ins. So let's look down here. All right, down here in the refrigerated reach-ins, this is where you're going to store your ice-cold beer mugs and beer glasses, your wine that needs to be kept chilled, white wine and rosé, your champagne, your mineral waters, and then some liquor and liqueur that needs to be kept chilled. Some vodkas, and peach and peppermint schnapps, Rumpelminz, and Jägermeister. Now these liqueurs and liquors need to be kept chilled. Right over here, in the other refrigerated reach-in, that's where all your beer is stored. All right, those are the reach-ins. Now you have an idea of how the bartender's station is set up. You have to keep in mind, though, that not all bars and restaurants' stations are going to be set up the same. There'll be minor differences here and there, but for the most part, this is how it's going to look. So you can adapt to your individual bartender setup. So now we're going to look into some techniques that you'll need to learn before you get started bartending. So let's go into that now. Okay, now that you know all the tools and how the bar and well is set up, I'm going to show you some tips and techniques that professional bartenders have over the years perfected. First off, I'm going to show you how to cut garnish, okay? We're going to start with the lime wedge. You take a lime and cut the ends right off of it, spin it around, cut that end right off it, right in half, and then horizontally right through the middle like that to open it up. And then you just cut down the side a couple like that. You see how that works? Okay, so that makes a nice garnish for the side of a drink. Or you can squeeze it in. You see how that works? Okay, put that over here. Now, I'm going to make lemon wedges. Lemon wedges you need for Long Island iced teas and such. Okay, right down the middle horizontally. And then let's cut this that way so we get a little slit, and then cut it in like eighths. And then you have a slit to put it on the side of a glass. Again, like that. Or you can just get rid of those seeds, squeeze it in like that. Okay? Get rid of that. Now I'm going to show you how to make lemon twists left on the lemon. This allows them to not dry out. You see how I just cut the ends off and then I just cut through the skin. And I go about a ½ inch and I do it again. And a ½ inch and I do it again. You do this all the way around the lemon, okay? So it makes it real easy. You can just pull that piece of the skin right off. And then if you watch, you give it a little twist. And the spray, the lemon oils, come right out of the twist, okay? So now that you know how to cut garnishes, I'm going to show you how a professional bartender handles his bottles. And it's called the finger wrap. You'd normally just want to grab the bottle like that, wouldn't you? Well, if you go to a bar and you watch a professional bartender, he's going to put the finger wrap around him. You take your index finger and wrap it right around the pour spout, just like that. See, so when you upturn the bottle, it's very easily handleable. So now that you know about the finger wrap, I'm going to show you about pour counting. Pour counting is very important so you know how to measure the amount of liquor you're dispensing. Pour count with these pour spouts is 4. A quick count of 4 should be an ounce. So we're going to upturn this bottle. With the finger wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. An even ounce. See, about a count of 4 will give you an ounce. Okay. Now you noticed when I was just pouring, I kept the bottle upturned and just poured right into the next. That's called dragging your pour. So now I'm going to show you why it's such a time saver to drag your pour for the professional bartender. Let's make 2 rum and cokes, a screwdriver, and a Cape Cod, okay? So I have 2 rum and cokes, I've iced my glasses, I've got them here next to each other, and my screwdriver and my Cape Cod next to each other. Now watch, I'm going to turn my bottle up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how I just kept it going right into the next glass? Look how quick I've just poured those drinks. Now I just dispense the Coke real quick. The Coke, the orange juice, and the cranberry juice. And you'll notice in your recipe manual that a Cape Cod is vodka and cranberry at the squeeze, a screwdriver is vodka, orange juice, and a rum and Coke. Rum and Coke. Okay. So let's put those over here. Get rid of those. And now I'm going to show you how to layer a drink. Okay, layering is the separation of the liquors in a shot form. I'm going to layer a mudslide. Mudslide consists of, notice my finger wrap, Kahlua, and then we layer right on top of that liqueur the lighter Bailey, Irish cream. Notice my finger wrap, and see how just, if you use your bar spoon, it kind of lets it lightly layer right on top. Okay, so we have our Baileys, and a mudslide gets chilled vodka on the top. I'm going to use Stoli vodka. Okay, watch how this is just going to layer right on top. Okay, is it separating? See how it's separating? All right. Now this is what you call a layered B52, a layered mudslide, okay? A B52 would get Grand Marnier on top. So that's how you layer. Notice the heavier Kahlua, next Bailey's, and next is the vodka. All right. Now, some drinks call for igniting or putting fire to it, flaming drinks. What I'm going to make is a Russian roulette. A Russian roulette is Stolichnaya vodka and Galliano in a shot glass, equal parts. Okay. And then you take a lemon wheel. You put that lemon wheel right on top. A bit of sugar on top of that. And then we're going to put Bacardi 151 on top of the sugar. Let's get the match ready here. And you just trickle a little bit right on top. And then we let it right up. See how that fires up nicely like that? And then you'd serve that to the customer. You'd instruct them to blow their shot out, suck the lemon, shoot the Russian roulette, and suck the lemon again. Okay? So now you have to be very, very careful with igniting drinks. Make sure it's okay with the restaurant manager before you do it. A lot of establishments don't allow it, but a lot of customers do like to see drinks ignited. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to chill a drink. We're going to chill a martini in an up glass, a martini glass. First of all, we want to chill the glass, okay? Next, we take our shaker cup, shaker glass and cup. And then martini is gin. I'm going to make a vodka martini and a dab of dry vermouth, okay? A little bit more. Now, you can either shake to chill it, like so, or you can stir, which you just put your strainer right on top and you stir it around a little bit. Okay, we get rid of our ice and we pour the chilled drink right up. You see how that works? Okay. And then we'd give this an olive because it is a martini, an olive garnish. Okay, you see how that goes? That's chilling and straining a drink up. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to make a popper, which are very popular in bars these days. I'm going to make a tequila popper here. So we take, I like to make it with Cuervo 1800, and you put 1.25 ounces in there, and then you top it with either 7-Up or soda water works as well. And then you take a couple of your bar napkins, put it right on top of that, and give a little pop on the bar. See how it gets all fizzy like that? And then you instruct your customer to just throw it back. Now I'm going to show you how to blend a drink. Very popular. Blended margaritas, blended daiquiris. You're going to need to know how to use a blender. Now, you want to be efficient with your blender and not make too much waste. So I'm going to show you how to make just the right amount. Okay? So we'll make a margarita. You want to fill this about 1/3 full, your blender cup, about 1/3 full of ice. So we'll do a 1/2 lime, and then our tequila, and our sweet and sour. Now that should ensure that I get just about the right amount, fill the glass just right, and not have any waste. Okay, let's blend this up now. Now while we're waiting for that to blend, I'm going to show you how to salt the rim of this margarita glass. This is a margarita salter. Margarita salter consists of a sponge that's you wet this with some lime juice, and you put salt on this side. So you'd first of all take the glass, wet it, and then put it in the salt. So I've got this one right over here. I'm just going to dab it in there, and now we have salt on the rim. Let's see how we turned out with this. All right, just about the right amount there, okay? And put a little lime on that, a straw, and serve it. Okay, so now you know how to blend a drink. Now I'm going to show you how to flash blend. Flash blend is the same thing, but you just quickly give the blender like a quick count of 2, and then turn it off. So you still have some chunky ice in there. Let's make a margarita flash blended. I'm going to salt the rim of my glass again with my margarita salter. Again, let's put about 1/3 ice in there, a margarita, lime and triple sec, and then tequila. All right? Let's put a bit of sweet and sour in here. You'll notice in your recipe manual, that's what it calls for. And to flash blend, we just turn it on real quick and turn it off. That's all it needs. That'll keep that ice kind of chunky. See how it's kind of chunky still? That's beautiful, just like that. All right, get rid of that leftover. Very important at your bar, you want to always keep your area real clean. People really like it. Kept clean around their area, keep their ashtrays clean, and last but not least, the tips and techniques, whenever you get a new customer, throw them a napkin. Fresh napkin all the time, all right? So let's move on to the recipe segment of the video, now that you know all the tools that you're going to need and some of the more important techniques that you're going to need. All right? Hello and welcome to the recipes segment of our video. We're going to start off with 1 liquor drinks, bourbon. I'm going to make a whiskey sour up, so I'm going to chill my up glass and my cocktail shaker. I'm going to make a whiskey sour on the rocks. I'm going to make a Jack Daniels and Coke, which is a bourbon. And I'm going to make an old-fashioned. So we start off with a cherry without the stem, a bit of simple syrup or sugar water, a dash of bitters, and then our ice. Whiskey sour up, whiskey and sour rocks, whiskey and sour, Jack Daniels Coke, and the old-fashioned. All right? Now our glass is iced enough. Just toss that ice back in the well. Let's shake our whiskey sour up and strain it into our up glass. Now whiskey sours always get, as all sours, a cherry garnish and our stir straws. Once again, whiskey sour rocks, Jack Daniels and sour, Jack Daniels and Coke, a Jack Daniels Old Fashioned, and a Jack Daniels Sour Up. Okay? Let's go on to vodka. I'm going to make a screwdriver in a bucket glass. I'm going to make a Greyhound in a bucket glass, a Cape Cod as well in a bucket glass, and a Bay Breeze in a bucket glass. Vodka, 1 1/4 ounces in each. See how I drag my pour? Notice how I don't upturn my bottle? And then all my juices. Screwdriver, orange juice. A Greyhound gets grapefruit juice. We got the Cape Cod, which gets cranberry juice. And then the Bay Breeze, which is pineapple and cranberry. Okay? Don't forget now a Cape Cod, you'll see in the recipe manual, gets a lime squeeze. Once again, we have a screwdriver, a Greyhound, a Cape Cod, and a Bay Breeze. All right? Let's go on. I'm going to make scotch and water in a bucket glass. Ice my glass. Scotch and soda in a bucket glass as well. A scotch on the rocks in a rocks glass. And a scotch neat in a shot glass. Okay? So grab our scotch. Pour 1 1/4 ounces scotch. Notice I drag my pour into the next drink. 1 1/4 ounce. Right into the shot glass. So we have a little slow down there. There we are. It just needs an air. There's a little carburetor on the pour spout. There we are. Got some air. Okay? Now, I fill the scotch and water with water. The scotch and soda to the top with soda water. The scotch on the rocks is fine as it is. The scotch neat is fine as it is. The customer might want a twist now and again, so we just go over here to our lemon twist and give maybe the scotch and water a little twist. Okay? Let's put the stir stick in those and they're ready to be served. Let's go on. I'm going to start off with just a gin on the rocks. We're going to make a Tom Collins, tall Collins glass. We're going to make a gin and tonic in a bucket glass. And make a gin chilled and up, so I'm going to need to ice my shaker cup. All right? Now, grab our gin, and we'll pour 1 1/4 ounce, 1 1/4 ounce, 1/4 ounce. All right. Our Tom Collins mix, 7-Up and sweet and sour. That's all Collins mix is. Gin and tonic, tonic water, quinine. This is nicely chilled, so we'll just toss that out. Let's give this gin a little bit of a shake. Chill it a little bit more and then we'll pour that right up. All right? So we'll throw that out. Now our Tom Collins always gets a lime and a cherry. Any Collins drinks, always a lime and a cherry garnish. Gin tonics very often get a lime squeeze. And let's give this gin up a nice lemon twist to add some zest, shall we? There we have a gin on the rocks, a Tom Collins, a gin and tonic, and a gin chilled and up with a twist. All right? I'm going to make a rum and coke in a bucket glass, a Cuba Libre in a bucket glass. A rum and orange juice, also in a bucket glass. And a rum and pineapple juice. All right, rum mixes nicely with the juices in most of the sodas. So I'm going to do 1 1/4 ounce, 1 1/4 ounce, dragging my pour always, saving time. 1 1/4 ounce, all right. Rum and Coke, just cola. Cuba Libre rum and Coke with a lime, which I have here. And then I have the rum and orange juice. Let me grab my juice gun, and a rum and pineapple juice. All right, let's give them all a stir stick. Rum and Coke. Cuba Libre is a rum and Coke with a lime wedge. Rum and OJ and a rum and pineapple. All right, let's go on. Let's go ahead and make a tequila driver. Here's our bucket glass. A tequila sunrise. A tequila slammer, or a popper. And a tequila neat, or a shot of tequila. Okay, we have Jose Cuervo Gold. Let's pour 1 1/4 ounce. 1 1/4 ounce. Okay, we're slowing up. 1 1/4 ounce. And again, right to the rim for the shot. Now, our tequila driver gets orange juice. Our tequila sunrise gets a dash of grenadine and orange juice as well. And our slammer gets a top of 7-Up. Now, we'll just give the stir stick to the driver. A cherry garnish goes in the sunrise. And usually a lime with a little bit of salt on the side can go with the shot. The slammer, you'd normally want to cover with napkins and give a little pop on the bar. Okay? So, you've seen tequila, 1 liquor drinks. Let's go on. I'm going to make a brandy old-fashioned. Remember, old-fashioned, we get a cherry, pull the stem off, put them at the bottom, give it a dash of Angostura bitters, all right? A little simple syrup or a sugar cube. Then we fill with ice. I'm also going to make a brandy and Coke. I'm going to make a brandy and 7-Up. And I'm going to heat a brandy, very popular. Put a bit of hot water in our brandy snifter just to heat the glass. Swirl and toss out. 1 1/4 ounce of brandy. Again, 1 1/4 ounce of brandy. Again, and 1 1/4 ounce of brandy. Brandy and Coke with a cola. Top with 7-Up for brandy and 7. Put a stir stick in both of those. Now, very often your heated brandies will like a lemon twist. Most patrons like it like this. So let's put a lemon twist in our heated brandy, and there you have the brandy drinks. Brandy heated, brandy Coke, brandy 7, and a brandy old-fashioned. Let's go on. Hi. We are now going to move into 2 liquor drinks, and we're going to start off again with bourbon, okay? So I'm going to make a Manhattan on the rocks and a perfect Manhattan chilled up. So I need ice in my shaker. And now I take my bourbon, 1 1/4 ounce. There it is. It's pouring, and 1/4 ounce. Now, a regular Manhattan gets sweet vermouth. I'm going to pour a dash of sweet vermouth in there. A perfect Manhattan, as you'll see in your recipe manual, gets a dash of sweet vermouth and dry vermouth, okay? So we just give those a dash each. That's nicely chilled. Let's give it a little shake and pour it right up. All right. Now, the perfect Manhattan gets an olive. Regular Manhattan gets a cherry garnish. All right? So there you have a Manhattan on the rocks and a perfect Manhattan chilled up. Bourbon, 2 liquor drinks. Let's move on. I'm now going to make a Harvey Wallbanger. So I'll ice my tall or Collins glass. And we're going to make a Kamikaze chilled and up. So that comes neat chilled up in a rocks glass. So I'm going to chill it up, so I'm going to need to ice my shaker. Kamikaze. Go an ounce vodka and an ounce and a quarter for Harvey Wallbanger. Harvey Wallbanger, you top with orange juice and then a Galliano float, which will be in the back bar. Now, float is usually, notice I'm covering this for the benefit usually of the customer that might be sitting in front of me. I don't want to splash them. For your benefit, I'm going to show you just a little float on top, approximately a quarter ounce. All right? The Kamikaze, triple sec, and lime. Now, we like to put some fresh lime in the Kamikaze to give it some extra fresh lime pulpy flavor. Let's give that a couple of shakes. That gets the fresh lime juice out, and then we just pour that right up. There we are. All right. Harvey Wallbanger, and we'll give it another lime, the Kamikaze. All right? Let's move on. I'm going to make a Rob Roy chilled and up. So I have my up glass. Let's chill that down with some ice. And I'm going to make a rusty nail on the rocks. The Rob Roy, I need to get my shaker filled with ice. Okay, so I got my scotch. For the Rob Roy, let's go 1 1/4 ounce. Let's not pour too quick. Here it comes. There we are. And the rusty nail, 3/4 scotch, and Drambuie, which is a scotch liqueur you'll notice in your guide. And we just top it with Drambuie as well. Your Rob Roy, scotch, and sweet vermouth. Now just a dash as well. That's nice and iced. Nice chilly glass. Let's give that a quick little shake. And we'll chill this right up. There you are. We have a Rob Roy, chilled and up, cherry garnish, and a rusty nail doesn't get any garnish. It's fine just as it is. Let's go on. I'm going to make, unlike the 1 liquor chilled up gin drink, I'm going to make a martini chilled up. So let's ice this. And I'll need to ice my shaker. And make a martini on the rocks as well, all right? Those are a couple of the most popular gin drinks you'll make. So, martini, the only difference between a martini and your gin up is a bit of dry vermouth, okay? Dry vermouth, here we are. So we go a dash of dry vermouth, a dash of dry vermouth, not too much, very important. Don't want to make them too sweet. And then we go 1 1/4 ounce. And drag our pour, 1 1/4 ounce, all right? Let's give this a little bit of a stir this time instead of a shake. So we have our bar spoon for. Okay, let's put that back down there. Let's get rid of that ice. It's nice and chilled now. Let's serve that right up. Okay, let's get rid of our ice. Now I think we'll, very often people would like a lemon twist. So put a lemon twist in the one up, and let's put an olive in the martini on the rocks, okay? So we have a martini on the rocks with an olive, a martini chilled up with a lemon twist. All right, onward. Now we're going to get into 2 liquor rum drinks. I'm going to make a daiquiri, lime daiquiri on the rocks, and we're going to make a purple pirate. So that's chilled and up, so I chill my martini glass. I ice my shaker, and there's our rum. Let's go 3/4, and that's okay. So we've got about 3/4 of an ounce of rum for our purple pirate, and about 1 1/4 ounces for our lime daiquiri on the rocks. The lime daiquiri, triple sec, and a little lime juice, okay? Then we top it with sweet and sour. Our purple pirate also gets sweet and sour. And we come back to our back bar and reach for the Chambord raspberry liqueur. All right, for the purple pirate, just about 1/2, 3/4 of an ounce of that. Let's give that a shake. Toss that ice out, that's nice and cold. And we'll chill that up. There's your purple pirate, chilled up, gets no garnish. Let's give the daiquiri on the rocks a lime garnish and a straw. All right, we have a rum daiquiri, rum lime daiquiri on the rocks, and a purple pirate chilled and up. Once again, this is rum, Chambord, a raspberry liqueur, and sweet and sour. All right, let's move on. I'm going to make a Brave Bull on the rocks, so we ice that. I'm going to make a margarita on the rocks, ice our bucket glass, and ice our rocks glass. Brave Bull is 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua and 3/4 of an ounce of tequila. All right, now we're going to go over here and margarita on the rocks, 1 1/4 ounce tequila, and then we do the triple sec and roses, top with sweet and sour. Just a dash of triple sec and roses because they tend to be very sweet. Now we're going to pour that into the shaker. Shake that up vigorously. Let's salt this glass. Margarita usually calls for salt, and there we are. So that's a margarita on the rocks. That gets a lime and a couple stir sticks, and a Brave Bull on the rocks, which is equal parts tequila and Kahlua coffee liqueur. All right, let's go on. Now we're going to make brandy 2 liquor recipes, a couple of drinks. I'm going to make a brandy Alexander, chilled and up, so we're going to chill our up or martini glass. And we're going to heat a snifter because we're going to make a beautiful, it's a nice after dinner drink. Okay, so we heat our snifter and we throw that water out. I come back here, my back bar, and I have my Courvoisier and my Grand Marnier, equal parts of each. Okay, let's put a dab more of that in there. And then I'm going to get my shaker ready for my brandy Alexander. Let's make sure that's nice and chilled. Brandy Alexander, coffee liqueur, and brandy. All right, so let's pour that in there. About 3/4 of an ounce of each. And then some half and half or milk would do nicely. Let's throw that out. That's nice and chilled. Let's give this brandy Alexander a good shake. Mix the ingredients up properly. And we'll chill that and strain it right up into that glass. All right? Oops. Well, that's all right. We'll clean that off later. That'll be all right. So we have our leg spreader, or a beautiful. That's made with Courvoisier and Grand Marnier. We like to give that one a twist. So we'll twist it, and there's the oil coming out of the lemon rind, and we drop it right in there around the rim just to get the lemon flavor. And a brandy Alexander, 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua, 3/4 of an ounce of brandy, little cream, shake it up, chill up. All right, let's move on. All right, now we're finished with 1 and 2 liquor recipes. We're going to move on to 3 or more liquor recipes. So I hope you're following along in your recipe manual. let's make a Long Island iced tea. So we need our tall or Collins glass. Let's make a Mai Tai, a slow, comfortable screw, and we're going to make a Jamaican Vacation, chilled and up. So I'm going to need to ice my shaker. And for a Jamaican Vacation, I'll go slowly because there's quite a few ingredients. We need 151 and dark Bacardi and light Bacardi, 3 rums, just about a half ounce of each. All right, so put that back, and then we're gonna make the Mai Tai. So our Jamaican gets a little bit of pineapple and orange and a dash of grenadine. Our Mai Tai, let's put a little dash more. It's pineapple and sweet and sour. And then we top our Mai Tai off with orange curacao, Myers rum, a little bit of orgeat syrup, orgeat syrup actually it's pronounced in France. A bit of that, it's an almond syrup. And then we top with 151 rum, okay? Our slow, comfortable screw gets slow gin, Southern Comfort, and screwdriver. So we're going to pour vodka, okay? So let's do about 3/4 of an ounce of each. And then we top that with OJ. And now we'll make a Long Island iced tea, which gets your 4 main clear liquors in your speed racker well, which are rum, gin, vodka, and triple sec, okay? So we're going to grab all these bottles and pour them all at once, all right? Here we go. That's it. Okay, now on top of Long Island iced tea, we pour sweet and sour, and then we just top it with a little cola. That's our Long Island iced tea. Let's give this Jamaican Vacation a shake, and then we'll chill that up. Jamaican Vacation is a slammer or a popper, so what you do with that for your customer is cover it with a few napkins and give it a little bit of a pop form on the bar. Okay, so once again, we have our Mai Tai. Notice how the rum is floating at the top? That's how we like to make it look. It's pineapple juice and sweet and sour, and then we put our dark rum, our light rum, orange curacao, orgeat syrup, and a bit of 151 on top. Let's give that a straw and a cherry and a lime. Go all the way. This is a slow, comfortable screw. It's exactly what it says. Slow is slow gin, Southern Comfort, vodka, and orange juice. A slow, comfortable screw. Long Island iced tea. Iced tea, what do you normally put in iced tea? A lemon wedge. Well, same with the Long Island iced tea. A lemon wedge garnish. Once again, it's equal parts vodka, gin, rum, triple sec, all of your 4 main clear liquors in your well, then topped with sweet and sour and cola. Jamaican Vacation, once again, is 151, dark rum, light rum, pineapple juice, orange juice, a bit of grenadine, and then you top it with 7-Up, and then give a little pop for your customer. All right? So, keep reading along with me in your guide, and we'll move on, all right? Now we're going to get into the blended drinks segment of the video. We're going to make a strawberry margarita. So, we want to fill our blender cup. Now, these blenders are pretty much the pro blender that most bars will use. Some will vary. So, we're going to start off with about 1/3 full of ice on each of these. All right, that looks just about right. Now, we're going to make a strawberry margarita here. So I'm going to go tequila. Not pouring too quick. There it goes. About 1.5, 2 ounces in a blended drink. Sweet and sour, okay? Let's put a little bit more in there. And then I've got fresh strawberries here, or frozen if you have. And then I'm going to make a peach daiquiri. Daiquiris, rum. So I'm going to pour about 2 ounces of rum in here. And sweet and sour as well. And I've got some canned peaches here. So we want to put quite a few. We want to make it taste real fruity and give it a good color. So we'll put quite a few peaches in there. Now I'm going to make a pina colada here. Pina colada, again, gets rum. Go about 2 ounces. Now pina colada, you need some coconut syrup. So it comes right out of the gun here. So we'll put the white coconut syrup in there. Some pineapple juice. Some cream, half and half, or milk will do. And then I've got pineapple chunks, which make it taste real nice. So put some pineapple chunks in there. Now, at the end here, I'm going to make a blue Hawaiian. A blue Hawaiian gets vodka. And for my back bar, I get my blue curacao, which is just an orange liqueur colored blue, all right? And then a blue Hawaiian, as you'll find in your guide, also gets the coconut syrup, the pineapple juice, the pineapple chunks, and a bit of cream, all right? So let's blend the strawberry first. That's going to go in margarita glass. All right. We want to blend it until it's very smooth. That looks like a nice strawberry color. Blended nicely. Let's pour that up. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Okay. Next, it's our peach daiquiri. Daiquiri. Frozen daiquiri glass. Remember to blend until smooth. It might take a few seconds. Oh, that looks nice, yeah. All right, peach daiquiri. Ooh, boy, that looks delicious. All right, next we have our pina colada. Very important to use fresh or canned pineapple chunks. Makes all the difference in the world in the flavor. Get another daiquiri glass out. Let's pour that. Oh, that looks real nice too. Pina colada. And last is our blue Hawaiian. You can also make these on the rocks without the pineapple chunks, of course. Blend that up nicely. That looks like about enough. Blend until smooth, or a little more, a little less, whatever you feel like. All right, there we are. Now we want to put a little garnish on there. Oh, here we are. We got the lime. Let's put a nice lime on each, all right? Margarita only gets the lime, and maybe we'll put a cherry. So let's take a couple of our toothpicks here, and we'll stab a couple of cherries. Put them right on the side. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, that looks good. Customer will like that. Customer likes when you really dress a drink up. Really dress it up, especially if you're working in a tropical bar. Let's give it a little bit of a foo-foo umbrella as well. How's that look? Is that nice or what? Let's give this one a blue. How about a blue umbrella for this one? Oh, that's nice. And maybe an orange one for the peach. Okay, let's get that out. And I think the margarita looks fine just as it is. So there you have it. A margarita, a peach daiquiri, a pina colada, and a blue Hawaiian. All right? Let's move on. Okay, we're done with the blended drinks. Now we're going to get into hot drinks. A lot of people like to have a nice hot cocktail on a cold winter's day, possibly after dinner. Who knows? You might work in a ski resort and this will be the majority of the drinks you'll be making. All right, I'm going to make a Bailey's coffee, an Irish coffee, a Jamaican coffee, and a Mexican coffee, okay? All right, let's start off with the Bailey's coffee. Bailey's coffee, simple as it sounds. Just 1 1/4 ounce of Bailey's Irish cream. All right, an Irish coffee gets Irish whiskey, 1 1/4 ounce, and a little sugar or simple syrup. Sugar water will do. Now, for our Jamaican coffee, we're going to pour Tia Maria and Myers dark rum. And for our Mexican coffee, we're going to go Kahlua and tequila, about 3/4 of an ounce of each. Okay? Should be about an ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half all the way across. We top all these off with hot coffee. Now you really want to cover. Remember how I was covering before? Make sure you cover so hot coffee doesn't splatter on your patron. That's our Bailey's coffee, our Irish coffee, our Jamaican, and is that our Mexican? Yeah, there's our Mexican coffee. All right. So put our hot coffee back. Let's top all these with a little bit of whipped cream, all right? All right, those are looking nice. We'll give them all a little stir stick. All right? And those are our hot coffee drinks. All right? Let's move on. We're going to get into the champagne and wine cocktails now. A lot of people don't like drinking hard alcohol, so their alternative is to drink a champagne or wine cocktail. So I'm going to make a mimosa. I'm going to make a white wine cooler. I'm going to ice that. Mimosa doesn't get any ice. We're going to make a sangria. Sangria goes in a nice big margarita glass. And we're going to make a red wine spritzer, all right? So, let's start with this mimosa. The mimosa, get a little bit more ice for our sangria, okay? Our mimosa, champagne. It's mostly champagne. It's about 3/4 champagne to 1/4 OJ, all right? That's your mimosa. Now we're going to make a white wine cooler. White wine cooler, as you'll see in your recipe manual, is white wine. And then we'll put 7-Up on top with maybe a dash of OJ, all right? Our sangria. Now we want the sangria to float. We're gonna separate it. So we're gonna do our juices first. Little pineapple, little orange juice, a little bit of 7-Up, and then we're going to put a tiny bit of lime, okay? On top of that, red wine, all right? So pretty that looks, how it's separating. Now let's keep our red wine open because we're going to make our red wine spritzer, which is red wine with some soda water. Simple as that, red wine and soda water. So we have our mimosa. We have our white wine cooler, which I think we'll give a little lemon squeeze. Our sangria gets whatever fruit garnish you have. I'm going to give it a cherry, a lime, and a lemon wedge. And then our spritzer gets, all wine spritzers always get a twist, okay? So we twist it. Again, remember to twist it with the rind, with the yellow part facing down, because all the oils spray out into the drink. Now we go right around the rim with it, so you get the flavor of the lemon, and then we'll go with our straws. Okay? So again, a mimosa, champagne and orange juice, white wine cooler, white wine, orange juice, 7-Up. Sangria is red wine with most of your fruit juice. And our red wine spritzer is red wine and soda water. All right? Let's go on. Okay, another alternative to hard liquor cocktails will be non-alcoholic drinks. Some people aren't going to want to drink at all. A lot of times you'll have a designated driver in the crowd that's going to be just driving for the people that are drinking, or possibly a youngster might want to drink. So we're going to show you how to make a couple of non-alcoholic drinks. We're going to start with a juice punch. So I'm going to take my tall Collins glass, ice it down, and any juice of choice, whatever you might desire, they might desire. Orange juice, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, maybe with a dab of 7-Up on top, okay? You can throw any garnishes you like on there, maybe a lime, a cherry. Another option is a fresh fruit smoothie or a non-alcoholic daiquiri or margarita. So you just take your blender. Let's put our glass up here, okay? We'll take our blender, we'll put some ice in there, and then we'll put some peaches and pineapples and some strawberries. Peaches, pineapples, and strawberries. We'll top that with some 7-Up and some juice and maybe a tiny bit of milk, okay? So once again, we have peaches, pineapples, strawberries. It's whatever you desire, whatever your patron desires, actually. We'll give that a little bit of a blend. Blend until smooth. That ought to do it. And pour that into our glass. Maybe give it a little bit of a lime. Why don't we give this, say it's for a youngster, they'd love a little umbrella on top, won't they? Okay. Now you know about non-alcoholic drinks. So that basically wraps up our recipe section of the video. So we're going to go on to responsible bartending now, and we'll get right to that soon, all right? Okay, now that you know all the tools, the techniques, and the recipes that you're going to need to know to get started bartending, we have to talk about a couple of responsibilities that you're going to have. You as a bartender legally cannot overserve a customer. You can't get them too intoxicated, in other words, okay? You look for the warning signs. If your customer came in normal and he's becoming loud and obnoxious, when he gets up to walk across the room to go to the bathroom, he's staggering, teetering when he stands there. He's slurring his speech, and he's not able to focus on you. These are the warning signs. That means this person's drunk, intoxicated. You have to cut him off. You have to slow him down. Now, to effectively do that without getting the customer all riled up, what you want to do is you don't embarrass him. You quietly say, hey, come here a minute. Come here a minute. Let me get you this Coke. You give him a Coke or a 7-Up or a cup of coffee, and you say, I'm just gonna slow you down a little bit, and we'll get you another drink after a while. Usually this will get them, as long as they have something to sip on and you're not embarrassing them. Okay, once in a while, you'll get the customer that's just gonna make a big to-do. What? You're cutting me off? I've had too much to do? No way. That person, you remind, you could walk right over to the telephone and call the police, and they can come down and cart this person away if you want to. You can do that. All right, but for the most part, getting them a non-alcoholic drink, a Coke or a soda water or something, that usually will get them. Okay, another responsibility is that you don't serve a minor. Under 21, across the nation, you cannot serve anybody under 21. Actually, good rule of thumb, anybody that looks under 30, go ahead and ask them for their ID. Identification. They won't mind. In fact, they might, most of the time they're going to be flattered, especially somebody that's closer to 30. Okay? It's your legal right to card somebody. Now, Forms of ID that you can accept. Government appointed IDs. A state driver's license, a state identification card, a passport, or a military ID. Those 4. You can't accept somebody's yearbook. They come in and they say, well, look, I was really born in 1970, you know. That just isn't going to work. It's got to be a government-approved identification. Military ID, state driver's license, state ID card, or a passport will work. Okay? Because you can be fined by the alcohol beverage control people personally as a barman, as a cocktail server, up to $500 personally. And your establishment that you work for can be fined or closed down as well. Okay, so we've been over your 2 main responsibilities. You can't get people too intoxicated. If they do, you have to slow them down or cut them off altogether. And do not serve a minor, anybody under 21. Okay, so you're going to have to card them. All right, now that you've memorized all the tools, all the techniques, all the recipes, and the responsibilities that you're going to need to know as a professional bartender, I'm going to give you a few tips on trying to get employment as a professional bartender. Try to help you find a job. All right, what you want to do is initially try this out. Make yourself some business cards up and advertise yourself as a bartending service for private parties, for weddings. You drop the cards off with the caterers, with the party planning companies in your area, and try to get, it's a good way to get experience, get your feet wet, you know, you're going to work these parties. Also, get out there and pound that pavement. You're going to go into every bar and restaurant in your area and fill out an application. Don't forget, dress to kill. You want to look sharp walking in there. You don't want to look, no bar manager or restaurant manager is going to hire somebody that looks like he just came off the beach. You want to dress your best, dress to kill, you know, Sunday best. Okay? You're going to go in there, you're going to be friendly. You're going to say, listen, I'm going to make that bar a better place for your customers to hang out. I'm going to jump back behind that bar and I'm going to be Mr. Personality or Miss Personality back there. Okay, so don't forget also that you might be tested on your drink recipes. The bar manager might say, okay, how do you make a Long Island iced tea? And you're going to want to have it off the top of your head. You're going to throw it out there how to make it. So you got to memorize. It's very important. You have to memorize all the drink recipes in the handbook. Go over it and over it and over it. All right? Don't think you're going to get in your local hot spot right off the bat now. You want to start off at the mellow pub down the road, maybe get your feet wet, figure out the drinks, build speed, build up efficiency behind the bar. Okay? So just get out there and work it. Pound that pavement, make that bar or restaurant manager believe that you'll be the best bartender for them, okay? Go out there and sell yourself. And I wish you all the luck in the world. It's Brett Rose, and it's been a pleasure instructing you in professional bartending. Bye-bye.